This moment where Jacob's going to get out everything that's been in him. He's going to finally get real with God. And what getting real with God looks like is fighting. He says, I'm not going to let you go unless you bless me. The man asked him, what's your name? Do you think the angel doesn't know what Jacob's name is? Why does he ask Jacob his name? Do you remember what Jacob means? The angel is saying to Jacob, admit it right now. We've been fighting all night. Admit it right now. Who are you really? And what does Jacob say? He says, here's who I really am. I'm the one who causes my brother to stumble. I'm a con man. I'm a liar. And the angel looks at him and he says, not anymore. Your name will no longer be Jacob. Your name is now Israel. Israel means, the El is the word for God. And the Isra means fight. His name is Fight God. It probably means several things. It means he fights with God. He fights against God. It also means that God fights for him. That's what's happened his whole life. He's been fighting against God, and the whole time God has been fighting for him. The angel says, you have struggled with God and with humans. Yeah, no kidding. And you have overcome. Overcome what? Himself. Jacob has overcome himself. Jacob said, please tell me your name. The angel's like, you can't handle my name, buddy. Okay. But he blessed him. It's amazing that Jacob holds out for this blessing because he already has it. God has blessed him repeatedly, but he doesn't believe it. The angel blesses him once again. And Jacob calls the place Peniel, which means the face of God, because I saw God face to face, and yet my life was somehow spared. The sun rose above him as he passed Peniel, and he was limping because of his hip. Therefore, to this day, the Israelites do not eat the tendon attached to the socket of the hip, because the socket of Jacob's hip was touched near the tendon. God picks a fight with Jacob in this scene, and he lets Jacob win. This is the kind of God we serve. This is another famous painting, and I think this one of Jacob's struggle with the angel gives us also a good sense of what it was like. You see Jacob going at it with all his might, and you see the angel kind of just going like this. I guess I can't beat you, Jacob. I'll have to bless you. Jacob, the manipulator, entered this match, and Israel emerges, the one who has wrestled with God and finally gotten real with him. He fights with God, and God fights for him. He releases control to God, who he realizes, finally, after all these years, Jacob realizes God was always in control anyway. For the rest of Jacob's life, he is by no means perfect, we're going to see. But he no longer tries to control things. He no longer tries to manipulate the people around him or make things turn out a certain way. He's not striving for some goal. The rest of his life, he lives like this. Whatever the Lord brings, I'm going to put my trust in him. What does this mean for me? We'll just say this as we wrap up for this morning. What does this mean for me in my life? It means that God is the one who's really in control. But if God's in control, do my choices matter? Of course your choices matter. There's often this debate, are humans have free will, or is God the one in control? Just look at a story like Jacob. Did Jacob have free will? Yes. Who was in control of Jacob's life? Obviously God. Obviously God. God is so great that he gives you freedom and he's still in control. Stop trying to control your life. Go to God. Wrestle with him. Find faith and find peace.